Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Tuesday. I'm Justin Gould. Happening now, a man is behind bars after allegedly throwing a beer can at sheriff's deputies. Plus, hear how you can learn more about those running for Jamestown City Council in an event this week. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, he's standing by with a live look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin, and happy Tuesday, everybody. We've made it through Monday, but it's a soggy Monday. Here's a live look from the Mill Creek Mall Sky Vision camera. You can see the raindrops on the camera lens. It's 58 at the Mill Creek Mall right now, and this is the rain accumulation since midnight. Almost half an inch of rain so far there today. Here it is on the radar. You can see this rain spreading basically from northeast. It's basically coming from the northeast today, or the southwest, moving towards the northeast today. So this is going to be the case. This is all out in front of a cold front that's going to be moving our way through the day, and that's all flaring out ahead of it. 68 was the high yesterday. That was actually 1 degree above the forecasted high. We forecasted 67. We managed to squeeze out 1 more degree on top of that. 53 was the low this morning, and look at the record for today. 77 set back in 1979. We're not going to be anywhere near that. This is how much rain officially at the airport since midnight. The 0.55 inches officially gauged. Here it is through the afternoon. Temperatures kind of holding steady through the afternoon, not moving a whole lot with the cloud cover and the rain. But the rain will start to taper off into more scattered variety as we go throughout the afternoon. But some changes in that 7-day. We'll talk about it a little bit later on. Back to you.
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you. Our top story, a Village of Panama man was arrested after allegedly throwing beer cans at sheriff's deputies on Monday evening. The Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office says that 62-year-old Randall Logren threw beer and beer cans at deputies that were attempting to perform a well-being check at a house on Button Valley Road. Deputies say Logren later physically resisted arrest and threatened to physically harm the deputies. He's charged with second-degree harassment, second-degree aggravated harassment, and resisting arrest. Police say he was taken to the Chautauqua County Jail pending arraignment in the case. In the city of Jamestown, a man was arrested after Jamestown police say they observed his vehicle drive on and off the sidewalk in the area of Foote Avenue at Harrison Street Monday evening. Police say 40-year-old Paul Peru was allegedly consuming alcohol in his vehicle. Peru was taken to Jamestown City Jail, where police say he refused a breath test to determine his blood alcohol content. Peru faces several charges in the case. And a new law here in New York allows breastfeeding mothers to delay jury duty for up to 2 years. The law requires mothers who want to postpone jury duty to submit a note from a physician. Jury duty can't already have been postponed or excused. The National Conference of State Legislatures says 17 other states have similar laws like this. Supporters say the bill protects maternal and child health while allowing people to fulfill their civic duty at a later time. The law takes effect immediately. Well, voters here in the city of Jamestown will have a chance to learn more about those running for City Council on Thursday during a forum at the Reggie Center for the Arts. A total of 12 candidates who are running for various positions within the council will discuss their ideas during a nearly 2-hour forum on Thursday at 6 p.m. WRFA's Public Affairs Director Jason Sample will moderate and ask the group several questions regarding city government. Each candidate will also have an opportunity to introduce themselves and explain why they're running for office. The debate will be streamed live here on WNY News Now's 24/7 streaming network and Facebook page. The debate can also be heard on WRFA at 107.9 FM and streaming audio at wrfa.com/streaming. The forum will be split into 2 parts, with all 6 at-large candidates taking the stage from 6 to 7 p.m. At-large candidates Kimberly Eklund, Tamu Graham Reinhardt, Raven Mason Thompson, Gregory Rabb, Jeffrey Russell, and Taylor Scott will be part of that group. Then 6 candidates who are vying for the contested ward seats will take the stage from 7 to 8 p.m. Ward 1 candidates Brent Sheldon and Tim Smeal, Ward 4 candidates Marie Karuba and Brittany Spry, Ward 5 candidates Maria Jones and Grant Olson. A meet and greet will take place immediately following the forum, giving the audience and public a chance to meet with and talk to those candidates. The event is free to attend, although organizers say seating is limited on a first-come, first-served basis to Jamestown residents. The forum will take place at the Reginald A. Center for the Arts inside the Media Arts Studio. That's on 3rd Street. So should be a great forum to follow the mayoral debate that took place last week that you watch live right here on WNY News Now. Good Tuesday to all of you. Thanks so much for tuning in here on WNY News Now. Justin Gould hanging out with Alberta. Afternoon to you. Good to see you. Great to see David. He says, I watched the debate. Very interesting. We'll hope to see you here Thursday, David, at 6 o'clock. Should be a nice round of Q&A from Sample. He does a great job. And really, with so many candidates, I was talking to him this morning. He was telling me it's kind of hard to prep questions for that. So he has a number of questions, but at this point, he feels like with so many of them, he'll ask a few questions and then all of them will have a chance to answer. So a really good idea and great way, I think, to gauge people's opinions and where they stand as well. Joanna, great to see you. Hopefully you're having a good day, finding some sunshine about the gray out there. Jesse, good to see you. Good afternoon to Renee. Hopefully you are doing well. She says, question for Dakota, am I seeing this right? By next Thursday, we will have snow. I want Mr. Dakota Hunter on the line. Is Renee right, Dakota? Are you here still?
I'm here. I'm doing something obscene you can't see on camera, but that's okay. There are some indications suggesting that by Halloween there could be a trough coming in, which will equate out to cooler temperatures.
Oh.
Not going to say it's going to snow, but some indications suggest cooler than average temperatures. But I actually have a detail on that in the full weather segment coming up, so stay tuned for that.
Oh, okay. We will, Dakota. Not good news. But thank you. Nevertheless, there's your answer, Renee. Don, Joe, good to see you as always. Coming up here, why New York State's Thruway Authority Director says Interstate 90 needs more work than originally thought. But first, why an Amish family here in New York is suing the state over the end of the religious vaccine exemptions. Dakota, back to you.
And you heard me just 10 seconds ago, but now you see me. Here's a live look from the HD News Now Cam. 54 is where we're at right now at the airport with a southeast wind of 8, and the rain will continue through the day, but some changes away on that 7-day. We'll talk about it as WNY News Now continues in a minute.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
I've walked my talk. I've brought officials to meet the community. It should be a government by the people, for the people. I've stood alone to represent the citizens of the city for transparency, accountability, and fiscal responsibility. My values haven't changed. I stand for you. Vote November 5th. Lee Utzel for mayor.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
I'm George Borello. As a business owner, I've experienced firsthand just how tough it is to grow your own business in New York State. That's one of the reasons why I'm running for state senate. We need to do more to help new and existing businesses develop and grow, not just survive. To help make that possible, one of the first bills I plan on sponsoring in the state senate is the first employee tax credit. As both a business owner and a county executive who met with over 100 businesses in my first 100 days in office, I've seen that the costs associated with hiring your first full-time employee can be insurmountable. This tax credit will help business owners expand without a significant hike in operating costs, and it will help create more good-paying job opportunities for our residents. To help New Yorkers succeed in our economy, we need smart plans like the first employee tax credit. As your next state senator, that will always be my top priority.
Paid for by Borello for Senate.
Hi, my name's Dave Wolfong, and I'm running for mayor of the city of Jamestown. I'm down here on River Street to show people that there's plenty of space and plenty of opportunity in the city of Jamestown for business. We need to have shovel-ready sites that bring industry to the city of Jamestown so we can have good-paying jobs, clean up our neighborhoods, and make the city of Jamestown proud again. I think it's time that we start marketing this place just like we used to. We need to bring opportunity and good-paying jobs to the city of Jamestown. And in my administration, business first is going to be the first step toward the success of the city of Jamestown. My name's Dave Wilfong. I'm running for mayor. Please vote for me November 5th.
And happening now, an Amish father who says childhood vaccines run counter to his family's religious beliefs is suing to overturn New York's ban on religious exemptions that left unvaccinated children attend school. Jonas Stulfat's lawsuit opposes the state law that violates his constitutional right and religious freedom that first drew Amish settlers here in New York in the 1800s. Now, more than 12,000 Amish now live in the state, according to the lawsuit. In June, New York became the 5th state to do away with religious exemptions for vaccines amid the worst measles outbreak in 27 years. Now, that left more than 26,000 students who'd had the exemption, including numerous Amish students who attended small private community schools, with the choice to either receive the shots or be homeschooled. The suit filed last month in Seneca County Court is one of at least a dozen lawsuits pending throughout the state seeking to restore the religious exemption for school children. So far, judges have refused to block the new law. Well, New York State's Thruway Director says the part of Interstate 90 that runs through the Seneca Nation is so badly damaged it needs a complete overhaul. Thruway Authority Director Matthew Driscoll, in a letter to the Seneca Nation Monday, says the concrete base of the road is crumbling and simply repaving it would not be an effective fix. Driscoll explained crews will continue to perform temporary repairs to the road so that it is safe for winter driving. He says part of the overhaul project will include about 60,000 tons of pavement being dug up and removed. That work is expected to get underway in the springtime. Now, previously, several local leaders joined Congressman Tom Reed to call on the state to come to an agreement with the Seneca Nation to fix the highway. The two groups reached a deal in September to move forward with the work. Well, there are concerns about lung diseases associated with vaping here in the United States, but a study out of the UK suggests that e-cigarettes can still help some people. New research published in the scientific journal Addiction found that vaping helped up to 70,000 people give up cigarettes in England in 2017. Researchers examined data dating back to 2006 from the Smoking Toolkit study, monthly surveys of people 16 and older. Now, researchers note that there are factors specific to the UK that might mean that the study can't be applied elsewhere. For example, England has strict controls on tobacco. The government there promotes the use of vaping as a smoking tool that smokers there are generally highly motivated to quit. Well, Facebook is taking steps to stop fake news and prevent election interference in 2020. Listen to this. Facebook and Instagram will start using a third-party fact checker and will prominently label content considered to be false, partly false, or misleading. The company says it will also heavily filter or restrict content from accounts that repeatedly post misinformation. Instagram will introduce a new pop-up when people try to share posts that include content that has been debunked by third-party fact checkers. Facebook says people linked to internet research agencies, a Kremlin-backed group, have already started trying to influence the presidential race through social media. Certainly, that is a tough thing to do. You limit people's freedom of speech. You step on a lot, but at the same time, you let people post content that appears to be a news article or appears to be a research document or something like that. then you mislead the sheep. So interesting to see. Certainly, I know I can speak from our experience here at Local News, is that it is a little more difficult, right, for people to connect with us. We've seen over the last 2 years, not just a WNY News Now problem, but an everybody problem in that news pages have been restricted. Thankfully, though, Facebook introducing a new local news tab, which includes WNY News Now and the Post-Journal here in Jamestown, a few other outlets as well, kind of helps that out. But interesting nevertheless. We'll see where that goes. Joe says, only talk about WNY News Now. I'm assuming that's probably in relation to the cigarettes. Let's see, hang on a second. Michael, he says casinos shouldn't pay. It belongs to New York and not part of the agreement. There with the opinion of the highway story. And you know, the thing is, certainly that road is in very bad condition, right? I've drove on that road a number of times. Hearing now that it's in worse condition than they originally thought, yeah, the price tag's probably going to be high. The question is who's going to pay for it. I guess we'll see come this spring. Hopefully they get some of the road work done before the winter. But certainly, nevertheless, thank you all for tuning in here on WNY News Now. Hopefully you are having a good day. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's back to tell us when the rain will come to an end here in Jamestown. And later, details of a fun Halloween event when WNY News Now returns. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Located on the corner of Forest and Newland Avenues in Jamestown, Pronto Mart has everything you've been looking for. An amazing selection of hot foods, a large variety of premier headgear, and smoking accessories to fit any style. Pronto Mart, not your average corner store. Stop in and visit us today.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Hi, my name's Dave Wolfong, and I'm running for mayor for the city of Jamestown. NACO Trucking, the trucks that are behind me, this business is leaving the city of Jamestown and going to the Mason Industrial Park. When the current administration at City Hall was told that they were moving, their response was, we didn't know that they were leaving the city of Jamestown. NACO Trucking went to the Chautauqua County Industrial Agency, went and got financing. They got plans for a new building. We've got to stop businesses from leaving the city of Jamestown. That needs to be our first priority. We don't have shovel-ready sites for this individual to move his business to. That's why people are moving out of the city of Jamestown. In my administration, we're going to be business first, and we're going to know what's going on in the city of Jamestown. Once again, my name's Dave Wolfong, and I'm running for mayor. City of Jamestown, please vote for me November 5th.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back. And we all knew 90 was in bad shape, but I don't think any of us knew it got that bad. Here's the high temperatures from yesterday. Look at this. 68 was the official high. In Jamestown. We forecasted 67, so we tacked on 1 degree on top of that. Look at you, Buffalo. 71. Dunkirk, 74. Also 75 over in Erie. That bright October sun helped us out a lot when it came to warming up the temperatures. Here's the rain on First Defense Doppler. Again, this has all been coming out of the southwest today. moving towards the northeast, basically overspreading the region today. And this is all widespread rain out ahead of the cold front that's going to be moving on through. And this is just some of the Doppler radar estimated rainfall totals. Again, these are not these are not observed totals. These are just algorithms that the radar uses to try to determine how much rainfall came down here. And probably around Jamestown, the radar is estimating about 0.2 inches of rain. Once you work out toward Ripley, it's estimating about a half an inch of rain there. Once you go south of Erie, it's estimating also the same thing down there. And also Warren, also the same thing as Jamestown there, about 2/100 of an inch of rain. But again, these are estimates. They're not total rainfall. So just keep that in mind. Your total may vary depending on your location. Here's what's coming up. The rain continues through the afternoon. It will start to taper off into a few showers early or late this afternoon going into this evening. With the wind shifting around, not of the question that'll excite Lake Erie and get a lake effect band going, but it looks like the lake effect rain will stay mainly north of here. It's not looking like it's going to jog to the southern tier. And how is Halloween looking? We had a question about it, and this is what we were talking about when we talked about this trough. Now, this is still about 10 days out, but there are some indications that we're going to see an upper level trough coming in here, which means that we're going to see the cooler air being dragged into Canada across pretty much parts of the Northeast. It's too early to know if we're talking snow, but we are probably talking temperatures below average, probably 40s, maybe some 30s. But again, we still have time to work on that. Again, that's a little ways out, but of course we have time to work on it. There's our system right there. We had that warm front that moved through, although temperature is not really warming up a whole lot. But there's our front. All this is flowing out ahead of it. So as that front moves through, you know what's behind a cold front? Cooler air. So you know the temperatures are going to respond to that. Here we go through future scan through the day. Widespread rain. It starts to pull away as we go through the afternoon hours, becoming more scattered in nature. There's that lake effect rain starting to set up. You notice how the wind direction shifts to come directly across the lake. So that will start to set up lake effect rain. But it looks like these lake effect rain bands will stay north of the southern tier, mainly into the Buffalo metro area. But again, it doesn't look like it's going to sag farther southward. It's mainly going to be a Buffalo problem. So zone forecast, eastern areas here, temperatures not moving a whole lot from where we are, maybe mid to upper 50s through the day. It will be chilly, but the rain will taper to a few showers later in the afternoon. Lake Erie shoreline here, you may top 60 here as the rain comes to an end. You may see some partial sunshine through the end of the day, but I think that's a very small chance. Now, the future, 52 tomorrow, that's behind that cold front. The wind will also come up as well, a little bit breezy. 57 on Thursday, that's average, maybe a early shower there. Friday, just not good, down into the upper 40s with rain showers. A struggling 50 on Saturday, but mainly dry. And then we bring in another chance for a couple of scattered showers Sunday and Monday when temperatures around average. Sports is next. Don't go away.
Hi, my name's Dave Wilfong, and I'm running for mayor of the city of Jamestown. I'd like to talk to you about the drug epidemic in the city of Jamestown. I want to make the streets of Jamestown safe for our citizens and our children. I do believe that individuals should be able to get treatment in the city of Jamestown if they want it. I do believe in transitional bedding, but I also believe in law enforcement, and I hope the law enforcement officials will make the city of Jamestown safe and take drug dealers off the street. My name's Dave Wilfong. I'm running for mayor, city of Jamestown. Please vote for me November 5th.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Tuesday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. The JCC Jayhawks men's soccer and women's volleyball teams have games which will be played today. JCC men's soccer will be on the road for their second-to-last game of the season, which will be a non-conference game against Gannon University this afternoon with a 4 o'clock start. Meanwhile, the women's volleyball team will be on the road for a conference game versus Erie County Community College, which will be this evening at 6 o'clock. Tonight with a 7 o'clock puck drop, the Buffalo Sabres will be hosting the San Jose Sharks. Buffalo is off to a hot start so far this season, as they are in first place in the Atlantic Division with 15 points, 3 points ahead of the second-place Boston Bruins. The Sabres also won their last game last Saturday 4-3, which was also against the Sharks on the road. Meanwhile, San Jose is currently in a last-place tie with the LA Kings in the Pacific Division with 6 points. Tonight's game will be televised on MSGB. With an 8:08 first pitch tonight, the Houston Astros will host the Washington Nationals in Game 1 of the 2019 World Series. Houston got to their second World Series in 3 years by knocking off the New York Yankees in the American League Championship Series in 6 games. Meanwhile, Washington punched their ticket to their first ever World Series after completing a 4-game sweep of the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League Championship Series. In what should be an anticipated battle of the pitchers, Garrett Cole will be on the starting mound for Houston tonight versus Washington's Max Scherzer. The entire World Series will be televised on Fox. That's it for sports today. Justin and Dakota, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, the City of Jamestown Parks, Recreation, and Conservation Department announced details of the city's annual Halloween Fun Fest yesterday. Officials say the 35th annual event will take place on Thursday, October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. at the former Allen Park Ice Rink. Now, the event is free and aims to offer a safe and fun alternative to trick-or-treating door-to-door. Those 12 and up must be accompanied by a child, and children under 6 must be accompanied by a parent or adult. The evening will feature games, a haunted house, refreshments, and musical entertainment by Take Two. Students from Jamestown High School's Key Club and National Honor Society will be on hand helping fill candy bags. Now, there will also be a costume parade at 6:30 p.m. and 7:30 p.m. with 2 grand prize winners receiving bicycles. The judges will announce winners at 6:45 and 7:45 respectively.
Somebody's going to be winning a new bike.
Yeah, it's always so exciting. You know, a lot of times people sometimes get upset at the news media for running what is called a, sort of augmented annual news calendar. But I think something like this people really need to know about because A, sometimes the weather doesn't work out, and B, trick-or-treating sometimes, can be a little dangerous on the side of the road. And, sometimes what I've noticed is a lot of families will go and they'll trick-or-treat their neighborhood and then they'll go to an event like this, or I know there's one in Falconer. They're all over the county.
Well, I mean, I know I haven't had a whole lot of trick-or-treaters the last few years because I've been back in Jamestown for about 2 years. And even when I lived in Buffalo, I mean, I was lucky if I was able to get maybe 6 or 7 trick-or-treaters.
Right.
I mean, I don't think a lot of people go out as much anymore. I think a lot of it's probably due to a safety issue.
Right.
And then plus, I mean, the weather in recent years has just been terrible on Halloween. So, I mean, we haven't had a lot of people who've been willing to go out. But, I mean, I remember when I was a kid, we used to go all around the neighborhood, but yet, we would go all the way over on the other side of town because my mom had family who lived over on, what's the name of the street? Indiana. And we would always go all the way over on that side of town to go visit them. And it was way out the other side of town, but every year we would always go.
Yeah, so and I know a lot of times a lot of kids can get a ton of candy. It's sometimes ridiculous amounts too. So it's certainly pretty cool. And Norm chiming in, he says Halloween parties could be another reason to why maybe there's not as much trick-or-treating. And that doesn't seem too bad.
Well, I mean, one year, it was when I was a little kid. One year my mom and I went trick-or-treating. My dad never went. He usually stayed at the house.
Yeah.
And my dad doesn't like answering the door to people. So, we stuck up.
Just put a bucket out there.
So, we had a bucket of candy bars, and by the time we got home, they were all gone.
Well, hey.
Like somebody swiped them. Be like, whatever. Anyway, here's the day planner for tomorrow. Maybe an early shower in the morning. Otherwise, partly to mostly sunny skies. But that's not helping the temperatures too much after that cold front that shifts the winds around west-southwest. And that will equate out to a day held down into the lower 50s once again.
All right. Well, hey, fall is here. But at least maybe a little more sunshine tomorrow isn't too bad. So, Dakota, thank you. That's it for us. News continues 24/7, though, at WNYNewsNow.com and on our mobile app. Just search WNY News Now in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store to download.
I would love to know where she lives. What was it here?
Renee says she's had 135.
135 last year.
Yeah, that's pretty
Where
good.
do you live?
Yeah, Renee.
PM us, please.
Because
Obviously I'm living in the wrong neighborhood.
For the last couple of years, we've been going to my girlfriend's grandmother's house in Randolph, and she gets a whopping 3 trick-or-treaters. So, and that's 3 in one visit, mind you. So, but nevertheless, we still have good old fun down there. We leave you with this, a live shot of downtown Jamestown. Looks like the rain has stopped for now, but certainly wet roads out there. If you missed anything we talked about, don't worry. The show loops right here on Facebook Live and on our 24/7 streaming network. Joe says he had 4 trick-or-treaters last year. Wow, Joe, you beat my record. You beat my record. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.